Hey, not a heavy news day today, but we are going to talk about I guess, the local government trying to shut down a Hells Angels clubhouse. And we're going to find out what happens, what the judge said about them being able to do that. And then on the side, we're going to talk about 3 officers in their Tyree Nichols case. You guys remember that case? And we're also going to talk about, and this is kind of crazy, what a judge had to say to this lady, Tina Peters, who was sentenced. She had something to do with the election. And she was a secretary, an election secretary of some kind. She got 9 years, man. 9 years. Holy God. And she didn't even shoot nobody. But we're going to look at that. Be a quick day for us today, but we are going to look at those few things, man. It's crazy out here in these streets, my bro. Crazy out here in these streets. So we're going to do that in 1 minute and 7 seconds. Right after this brief introduction. Be right back.
Black Dragon Biker News. It's on YouTube. Black Dragon Biker News. Get yourself educated by his books and you'll learn how to move. Black Dragon Biker News. He covers it all. So click on the screen, hit subscribe, and get updated Biker News with MC Protocol. A lot of phonies popped up when this YouTube Biker News craze came about, but the man on this channel is the first to do it and the only one that never sold out. His name's Black Dragon. Started the Navy and hit the sea, revving Uncle Sam. They traded that uniform for a leather vest from the Mighty Black Sabbath. Not the band, I'm talking about the Mighty Black Sabbath. MC, where he paid his dues in the Arctic stripes, from prospect all the way up to national peace. All the copycat creators and the content stealers and haters, there have been many, but there's only one larger than life. Black Biker with a cowboy hat that knows kung fu and says kids can't. Black Dragon Biker News. He's on YouTube. Black Dragon Biker News. Yourself educated by his books and you learn how to move. Black Dragon Biker News. He covers it all. So click on the screen, hit subscribe, and get updated Biker News with MC Protocol.
You might as well. You might as well. I'm Black Dragon. I'd like to welcome you to another edition of Black Dragon Biker News Network, the Out Bad Biker News channel. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. We just want you to be ours, my man. We want you to be ours. 237,000 subscribers, and we're moving forward. Eastward leading, still proceeding. Guide us to our wonderful light out there in the sky. We're trying to do the thing out here. Our guy, Lavish T. Williams, is on his motorcycle, trying to act like he's riding somewhere. He said he'll be pulling over in a few minutes to holler at us, so we'll probably see him in a location somewhere. Hey, good morning, man. Good morning to you all. I'm Black Dragon. We've been doing this for, Jesus, almost 9 years, and we're having a great time. So many of you guys have been with me since the very beginning. I just want to thank you all. And what's good in Flint, Michigan? Fat Kid Brooks, I see you out there in Flint, Michigan. You guys, can y'all drink the water yet? They got y'all's water right? I hope so, man. That shit was crazy when we saw that. Man, getting right into it. Hey, it's a Friday. My woman always calls me up and says, "We're blessed. We made it." When Fridays come, she celebrates every Friday with a prayer and a thank goodness that we made it. So I guess we made another day. I don't know. Fridays are special to her. She she's a Friday person for some reason. I don't know. Maybe it's because we always get her nails done on Fridays or something like that. But anyway, we're doing our good thing up here. We'll get right into the story. I'm sure Lavish will be here any minute, and we will welcome him when he gets here. Today's story here. Let me get this. Kick him out, man. Kick him out. Every place these Hells Angels go, somebody's trying to kick their ass out of where they are. We're seeing this going on right now up there on the Iron Range. We've seen them. They took a couple of their cribs from them already in British Columbia. They lost a house over on somewhere on the East Coast. I forget where it was. They got several guys that are on trial now for burglarizing their own clubhouse over there on the West Coast. And here yet another place, somebody's trying to kick them out, but it looks like the judge is going to deny that motion. Here in our story today, a judge denies the injunction. Here, let me make this bigger so you guys can read it on your cell phones. I can't do cell phone like you guys do. I got to have a real computer. But anyway, judge denies injunction to shutter Surrey Hells Angels Clubhouse. So a ABC Supreme Court judge has thrown out a bid by Surrey to get a house rented by the Hardside Hells Angels shut down for violating bylaws. And I guess violating bylaws, they must mean violating the township's bylaws to let them be in the house. I don't know. We'll find out when we get into the article. So first of all, we have a picture of this supposed Hells Angels clubhouse. Just looks like a regular old house to me. In the old days, you would see motorcycle clubs get these house-looking things. They would have a house. And I was told that the reason that they did this was that, here in the United States anyway, was that you had to have different laws for raiding a clubhouse or spying on it or whatever the case may be, because it was a house that people could live in rather than some sort of industrial complex or something. I was told the laws were a little different. I don't know if that's true or not. It's just what I was told and have always believed. Maybe I should, maybe I should look it up. But in the old days, a lot of motorcycle clubs, especially outlaw clubs, would rent clubhouses that were actually in houses, regular houses. And so I've seen that before, and that's looks like what they've got going on here. Hey, what's up, man? Let me take a second here to hold on. How can I do this? I always forget how to use this restream thing. Okay, boom, there you are. What's up, Lavish T. Williams?
Oh man, I can't call it, man. Over here at the motorcycle shop, Bad Pigs, getting my bike checked out.
I thought you were on the road somewhere.
No, I'm on the road getting here, man. I got stuff to do, so I gotta, get my bike.
I knew it was. I knew I was expecting too much to think that you'd be out on a ride somewhere, riding across America like I did when I was your age.
Yeah, man.
Backwards, asleep with my feet kicked up. That's how many miles I had on me.
It sounds good. I hear you and everything like that, man. I'm the smart biker, man. Before I make a move, man, I like to take my bike and get it serviced.
I see you trying to get a little gray in your little beard and stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, pretty soon, you'll have this beautiful mane here that old lions get.
Yeah, I don't want it. I want to black as long as I can.
I hear you on that. We were talking about the Hells Angels clubhouse that they were trying to shut down out there in Surrey, wherever the hell Surrey is, somewhere in British Columbia. So anyway, like I was saying, they used to have Here in the United States, they used to do this a whole lot. You would see a clubhouse at a regular house somewhere in the neighborhood. So that I find that's kind of interesting. So I think that's their clubhouse. Yeah, the Hells Angels Hardside Chapter Clubhouse. They give the address here in Surrey. And this is an August 16, 2020 photo, so it's been around. ABC Supreme Court judge has thrown out a bid by the city of Surrey to get a clubhouse rented by the Hardside Hells Angels shut down immediately for violating municipal laws. And so the judge, Justice Ardith Wilkheim, denied a city application for an injunction to stop the property from being used by the notorious biker gang, they say, for meetings and other gatherings. So they denied it. This, say what? Say what there? You're saying something? The city had argued that there was no need for a full trial on its application because there is no dispute that the Hells Angels are, what happened? There's no dispute that the Hells Angels, it keeps moving, jumping that, are using the residential property as a clubhouse contrary to city bylaws. There's no dispute that the Hells Angels are doing that, but Welcome said that lawyers for the renters, Hells Angel Shannon Rennie, and the owners, Gubinder Singh Johal and Kulwant Kaur Johal, raised enough issues during a shorter hearing this summer that she has serious concerns surrounding the terms of the injunction that's being sought. The breadth of the activity the injunction seeks to prohibit, such as holding meetings or conducting activities for a particular group or having signage or paraphernalia for a particular group, does on its face engage charter rights, Wilkham said in her reasons for judgment released on Tuesday. On the record before me, such breadth of activity has not been demonstrated to be prohibited under the bylaw. So the judge is jacking them up over their own bylaws. She said it would be more appropriate to have a full trial on the arguments raised by the bikers and their landlords. A 10-day trial is set for March of 2025. So I guess they get to stay at least until then. Next year sometime. Renee signed a 5-year lease for the house in 2018 and then renewed it, paying a whopping $3,500 a month. Damn! No one lives in the house. The city first applied for the injunction in January of 2020. So they get the clubhouse in 2018, and they've been effing with these people since 2020. Are you serious right now? Damn. The government took 5 of our clubhouses in Ontario. Most beat their charges. That's why MCs rent now. So there'll be nothing to take. Aha, this is Biker News Canada. They have bylaws about fortification in cities now. So fortification, this is interesting that Biker News Canada would chime in on this. I don't know what the laws are, but I have read that there have been several other clubhouses that they've taken from the Hells Angels. One of the things that they cited was that those clubhouses were fortified. And here in America, we're able to fortify our shit all down to iron shutters on the windows. We can do that here. That's something we can do. You can have iron shutters with crosses in them so you can stick your rifle in and shoot out. You know, we can do that. We can have surveillance systems. We can have cameras up on every post, every telephone pole. We can do that here. It's no big deal. No one's going to be mad if your house is fortified. But I guess there you can't fortify your house against the police, against the government. The government has to obviously be able to just kick the door down in if they need to, and you can't have like a crossbar behind it to stop that. Here in the United States, we don't really fortify our houses necessarily against the government. We fortify them against anybody. Would be door kicker inners or anybody else. we're fortifying for when Tiatwakwi, end of the world as we know it. That's what we fortify against. But any fortification, I guess, is like, Biker News Canada says right here, this includes metal shutters, chicken screen, tall walls, etc. Man, you're not allowed. What if you're rich? You can't have that if you're rich? That is crazy, crazy, crazy. We've devolved into a low vibe entitled jungle bunnies that grow marijuana indoors just to complain about. What is this? Eric the Great? Complain about power outages or fires created by them. Dead fire. I don't know. That I need to go look at some other of his comments to figure out where he's going with that. Anyway, I guess they can't do that. They can't fortify and stuff like that. Crazy. So back to the story. So anyway, they said they hadn't proved that they've done any of this. The city first applied for the Injunction 2020, and after a large wake. So what made the city apply for this? It happened after a large wake was held at that home for a slain Hells Angels, Summinder Ali Gruwal, who was gunned down in August 2019. Surrey said in court documents at the time that the clubhouse contravenes bylaws and had renovations done without building permits. So they were just going after everything they could get. And the city cited an earlier event that was a large gathering of full patch members, motorcycles, public drinking, increased traffic in the neighborhood, and related social activities. So they didn't like the bikers being in the neighborhood. Didn't we just see that with the Thunder Guard up there in that another neighborhood not far from up there in the north somewhere? Renee argued in his response to the city's application that the Hells Angels are simply using the building the same way a group of youth may gather and call a basement of a home the Minecraft Clubhouse. Walkham noted. Yeah, we're just going to go meet and play Minecraft. The defendants argue that the city of Surrey's actions are, in effect, an attempt to use the zoning bylaw to target the Hells Angels for activities that, if done by any other group, such as the Boy Scouts or a book club or a bridge or a video game club, would be unremarkable and not targeted for prohibition at all. Welcome noted the defendants point to the fact that there have been no complaints from neighbors about the use of the property. Like, not one neighbor has complained, but here the city is trying to put an application in to throw the bums out. Is that crazy? Renee also argued that Surrey unjustifiably infringed on his constitutional right to freedom of association and freedom of assembly, which we have that right here in America too, supposedly. The city said that any form of socializing and assembly and discussions nonetheless falls outside of the residential use for a single family dwelling. And it looks like they're really trying to split hairs over there. Are you back with us, bro? Are you back with us? I see you there, but I don't hear you. The city said that any form of socializing and assembly and discussions nonetheless falls outside of the residential use for a single family dwelling. Like, they're really, really picking the bylaws hard on that ass. The Hardside chapter was formed in 2017 as the Hells Angels' 10th in the province. Since then, 2 of its members have been murdered. Several Hells Angels chapters in BC now rent their clubhouses, like Biker News Canada was saying. If you rent your clubhouse, they can't take it in a civil asset forfeiture action. And then now you've lost, man, they lost over $1 million, like something like $2 million in properties one time that the government just took. Well, you can't just take it now, but they can find some kind of a bylaw to throw you out of it. Man, they're ugly, man. They're ugly. Last year, the BC Court of Appeal agreed with the Director of Civil Forfeiture. Here it is, the one I was talking about, that 3 clubhouses owned by chapters in Nanaimo, which is a beautiful city that I've been to many times when I was in the Navy, East Vancouver and Kelowna, should be forfeited to the government because of their links to crime. So they just took them people's $2 million worth of property. We are satisfied that the interference clearly arises, or rather, we are satisfied that the inference clearly arises that members' engagement in unlawful activities was facilitated through access to information gathered surreptitiously at the clubhouses and protection from surveillance and detection by law enforcement offered by the clubhouses, the judges said. So here they are in this, they're saying that they were upset that they felt like the clubhouses, as I was telling you earlier, were fortified to the point that these guys could gather in the clubhouses and talk about stuff they wanted to do that was illegal, and there was no way that it could be detected or surveilled by law enforcement, which is part of the reasons that they took their clubhouse. We got rights here in the United States that everybody don't get. You know, when you read something like this is crazy.
That's why Don King always say he's proud to be an American.
Yeah, he could comb his hair though.
You know, I used to wonder why he used to always say that and walk around
with them flags.
Yeah,
especially all the stuff black people have been through here.
But it's a reason for it. We can get away and do much more in America than a lot of other countries can do or get away with.
Yeah, he killed a guy and got away with it. Well, he did 3 years, I think. You didn't know that, did you?
I've heard stuff, but I never looked into it. I never had a reason to.
Well, so far the Hells Angels have managed to be able to hold on to their lease. They've had it since 2020. They're going to have to fight for it again in 2025. It looks like they had their club for 2 years. Then they had some sort of a funeral there. A lot of people came. That pissed off the city. And although not one neighbor has complained, pissed off the city. So the city started going after them since 2018 they got it in 2018. City started going after them in 2020, something like that, and have been messing with them for the last 5 years. But at least they're not able to just like take it. And one thing could be ugly though, is if they were to take it from the owner, and then that would scare people away from even renting to the Hells Angels. They're trying to take out motorcycle clubs, especially 1%er clubs, and the Hells Angels in particular have caught hell. But it's happened to all of them up there. I have an idea for all MCs: turn each one into a religion. After all, for the most, it's a way of life, with bylaws being our Bible, showing us how to live. Hey, Bud's got an idea there. If we turn motorcycle clubs into a religion, if the government came after them, it would be like going after Christians or something. Hey, man, you want this song or what I've been trying to get a hold of you? The song is done. Yeah, I want my song, Black Dragon. Is that my song?
Hey, I need a song, Black Dragon. I need a song.
No, you don't get a song.
Where's the lavish song at?
No, I didn't want to make no lavish song. Get a victory, and you might get a song.
Make a song.
What up, though? What up, boy? You over here ducked off?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, Biker News Canada says that's why so many are joining an MC that's not a 1% or an RC. They can be charitable organizations and out of the cops line of, yeah, I imagine. What's up, War Gorilla, man, out there in Las Vegas? Good to see you. Next story. Hopefully the Hells Angels win that one for themselves, because they're, you need a place to have a clubhouse. At least it's nice. It's nice to have a place to have a clubhouse. I'm just saying. This one's crazy, man. I don't know if you guys remember this or not. The Tyree Nichols case, where those cops, and this was an issue where you had black cops that killed an unarmed black man. He was running from the cops and stuff, and they caught him. Like he ran, they caught him like one or two times or something. I remember when I saw this. They basically beat this man to death. They were pissed off because when they were chasing him, they put that spray, the pepper spray. They sprayed that in their own eyes. One guy sprayed himself with the pepper spray, and they were just mad at this guy. He kept running. They had him down. They were tasing him and stuff, and I don't know. He found the strength to get up and run, and he just wouldn't give up like they wanted him to. So by the time they caught him the second time, they started beating the shit out this kid, and basically beat the guy to death. So I was just sure, like, this was an open and shut case. Like, okay, they're going to jail. They're like, and that they may spend some time in jail, but they got acquitted. Okay, and in this case, I think there were 5 initially, and 2 turned state's evidence and took guilty pleas and testified against the others. So you're thinking, okay, this is done. But the 3 officers that were convicted in the fatal beating, but they were all acquitted. 2 are acquitted of the top charges, which were causing his murder. And so what they were found guilty of is witness tampering. A man is dead. They found guilty of witness tampering, and they found him guilty of witness tampering and something else stupid. One guy did get a civil rights conviction. So let's read into it. Okay, come on, give it back. Give it back. Where'd it go? Okay.
You said a civil rights conviction?
Well, yeah, there was the biggest charge was the civil rights charge of causing his death by beating him. And so that was like the murder charge. They were all found not guilty of that. So I guess they didn't kill him. He killed himself. You know, we've seen this before. The 3 former Memphis officers were convicted Thursday of charges of witness tampering. That's what they were convicted of. Witness tampering in the 2023 fatal beating of Tyree Nichols, and 2 were acquitted of federal civil rights violations, but not the top civil rights violation, which was his death. In the death that sparked national protest and calls for broad changes in policing. After this, remember, everybody was saying defund the police. Jurors deliberated for about 6 hours before coming back with mixed verdict. Let me make this bigger so you guys can kind of read it. We call it a mixed verdict. I don't call it a mixed verdict. I call it a travesty for Tardarius Bean, Demetrius Haley, and Justin Smith. And so I also felt like, you know, okay, these are black cops. They're going to get the book thrown at them. That didn't happen. It's just no one is convicting cops. All of them were convicted of at least one charge, but Bean and Smith were acquitted of the civil rights charges. Haley was acquitted of violating Nichols' civil rights, causing death, but convicted of the lesser charge of violating his civil rights, causing bodily injury. So if he caused bodily injury and the guy died, he gets convicted of bodily injury, but not death. Come on, man. This is Tyree Nichols, displayed outside the sanctuary during his burial. A good-looking kid, but he didn't obey those cops, and you better obey those cops, because my mom,
cops or not, man, you don't want to lose your life.
My mom used to say, you know, when we had the talk, you know, did your parents have the talk with you? You're a young black kid. You better do exactly what them people tell you to do. My mom used to say, you can be right, but you can also be dead right. And if you're dead right, son, all I can do is put you on a t-shirt. So when then people pull you over, God, whatever you do what they ask you to do, my man. The court remained silent as the verdicts were being read. Yeah, I'm sure it did. Nobody could believe what they were hearing. The judge ordered the officers to be taken into custody, but he planned to hold a hearing Monday to hear from the defense lawyers about releasing them pending sentencing. The witness tampering charges carry a possible sentence of up to 20 years in prison, but they're cops, so they're not going to get 20 years in prison. Rodney Wells, Nichols' stepfather, told the Associated Press outside the courtroom, "A win is a win. At least they're all going to jail." Well, we don't know that. They could get probation. 5 officers were charged in Nichols' death, but 2 pleaded guilty and testified against members of their old crime suppression unit, eliminating any defense strategy that would have relied on them sticking together. Like, no one talks, we all walk. Jurors repeatedly watched graphic clips from the police video that showed the officers punch and kick Nichols and hit him with a police baton just steps from his home as the 29-year-old called out for his mother. Oh my God. Nichols was beaten after running away during a traffic stop in January 2023 in Memphis and died 3 days later. Prosecutors argued that the officers wanted to punish him for fleeing, which one of the officers said that, while defense attorneys said they were following department policy. Demetrius Haley and Justin Smith and Darius Beans were charged with violating Nichols' civil rights through excessive use of force, unlawful assaulting, failing to intervene in the assault. Like you have a duty to tell your fellow police officer brothers, hey, you're hitting them too much, and failing to render medical aid after they had the guy like handcuffed and stuff and he was dying. Like they just sat around and high-fived each other and shit. Nobody even got this man any medical aid, showing that they just really didn't care about him at all. The charges carry a maximum penalty of life in prison if convicted, according to the U.S. Department of Justice. So I guess they all could still get, but the officers pleaded not guilty. I guess so. Now the most they can get is 20 years. Emmett Martin III and Desmond Mills Jr., the other 2 officers also charged in this case, have pleaded guilty to some of the federal charges and testified during the week-long trial. Federal prosecutor Catherine Gilbert said during her closing arguments that the officers laughed and bragged about beating Nichols, and I saw it. I saw the video, and did not call medics to the scene because they wanted to get away with what they had done to protect themselves. They wanted it to be a beatdown, which it was. Gilbert told the jury of 3 former officers, "You are what stands between them and getting away with it," she added. And well, they didn't stand between it too hard. John Perry Bean's attorney argued during his closing remarks that the force his client used during the interaction with Nichols was not excessive. He just died from it, I guess. Both Perry and Haley's attorney, Stephen Leffler, argued during closing arguments that their clients did not violate the policies of the Memphis Police Department. Oh, that wasn't a violation. He just died. Leffler admitted that Haley said beat that man, and delivered a kick to Nichols. But he said, beat that man was just a verbal command and not a physical encounter.
No, they meant what they were saying.
Smith's lawyers Martin Zumick said during his closing remarks that Smith did not see Martin and Haley kick Nichols because he was blinded by the pepper spray and was scared. What was he scared of? The man was handcuffed on the ground and getting his ass stomped. But the cop was scared. Zumick argued Smith did not cover up excessive force and said that Smith reported the kicks to a supervisor. He's not perfect, but imperfection is not a crime. No, stomping a man to death is a crime. The 3 officers on trial did not testify, of course not. Both Martin and Mills testified for the government during the trial. But this just goes to show they're not going to put cops in jail for killing folks, especially unarmed black men. They're not going to put them in jail, and they don't, for the most part. Martin said he was angry. Nichols ran during the so here's the cop. He said he was angry and Nichols ran during the traffic stop. I wanted some kind of revenge. I was seeing red, he said. He admitted to kicking and punching Nichols multiple times. The former officer who was captured tossing his body camera said he was unaware of Skycop cameras recording the incident above them until he saw it on the news. According to WATN, the ABC affiliate in Memphis that covered the case in the courtroom, Mills testified that he was angry. He accidentally sprayed himself with pepper spray and therefore used excessive force on Nichols, according to WATN. He broke down in tears on the stand at one point. I wish I would have stopped the punches. It hurts to watch, he said. It hurts inside so much, said Mills, crying during his testimony. According to WATN, it felt bad every time the picture is on the screen to know I am part of that. Wow. I made it his child fatherless. I'm sorry, he said. I'm sorry. I know I'm sorry I won't bring him back, but I pray that his child has everything he needs growing up. Well, everything he needs growing up would be if he had a father, you know what I mean? Mills pleaded guilty to 2 of 4 counts in the indictment, excessive force and failing to intervene, as well as conspiring to cover up his unlawful force, according to the Department of Justice. The government said it will recommend a maximum penalty of 15 years in prison based on the terms of Mills' plea agreement. Martin pleaded guilty to excessive force and failure to intervene, as well as conspiracy to witness tamper. According to court records, the other 2 charges will be dropped at sentencing, which has been scheduled for December the 5th, according to court records. So we'll see how much time those guys get for pleading guilty, but the other guys were found not guilty for most of the stuff. Body camera footage shows Nichols fled after police pulled him over on January 7, 2023, for allegedly driving recklessly, then shocked him with a taser and pepper sprayed him. Yeah, and after they did that, he jumped up to get the hell up out of there. Officers allegedly then beat Nichols minutes later after tracking him down. After the police encounter, Nichols was transferred to the hospital in critical condition. 29 years old, Nichols died in the hospital on January 10th, 9 days later. Footage shows that officers walking around talking to each other as Nichols was injured and sitting on the ground, where they offered him no aid, I might add. Memphis Police Chief Cyrillin Davis said she was unable to substantiate that Nichols was driving recklessly in the first place. The incident triggered protests and calls for police reform. The medical examiner's office official autopsy report for Nichols showed he died of brain injuries from blunt force trauma. The district attorney's office told Nichols' family in May 2023. The 5 former officers charged in the case were all members of the Memphis Police Department Scorpion Unit, and they got rid of that unit. That Scorpion Unit had all kinds of complaints from being overly aggressive from people all over the city. A crime suppression unit, and they're saying here it was disbanded after after Nichols' death. All of the officers were fired for violating MPD policies. So that is how that case has turned out so far. So I guess we will see the sentencing and what happens during the sentencing. I guess we'll see that. And that I'm just so angry, man, that this person was able to get away with that, man. That these persons were able to get away. I say get away. They're going to spend some time in jail, but not the time that you get for murder. So, yeah. Sad state of affairs. What does Biker News Canada say? Sad state of affairs when cops are the enemy of regular people, no matter what race. I'm used to it, but regular people don't need to be weary. Man, I'll agree with that. Yeah, I think that did happen in Memphis. Memphis is a wild place. You know, Memphis is you're right, K Black. Memphis is such a small town that you would not think that it is as wild as it was. It's only like, what is Memphis? Six or 8 hours, something like that from here. We go there all the time. Memphis is wild on the bike set too. It's a small bike set, controlled pretty tightly. Oh my God, they got some great parties there and the most beautiful women. But Memphis is a tough city, man. Memphis is a tough city to.
I go down there a lot. I go down there a lot for their bike set.
It's a small set, well regulated, but it's a tough city.
Yeah, man. Shout out to them pound for pound guys and them street hogs down there, man.
And the Memphis Gentlemen. Shout out to the Memphis Gentlemen.
The Boogie Down there. Memphis Boogie Down.
Sin City down there.
Yeah.
Hell's Lovers down there. Yeah.
Yeah, I mess around over there. I mess around with them guys down there. Actually, I want to be in Memphis next month.
I think Outcast is there.
Yeah.
Good folks down there. But it's tough. Tough place.
It's a tough place, man. Every time I'm in Memphis, man, I always get to see some type of road rage, and I've always seen some type of death in traffic.
But you can get your rear end handed to you in Memphis quick.
Yeah,
man, quick. It's a wild city to be so damn small, though. Like, you're like, wow, I thought these were some Bamas down here.
No, man, they some cool guys. Well, let me say, I get a lot of love and respect from the guys down there, man. Quarter Boys, they down there. I mess around with a lot of them. Podcasting. Yeah,
a lot of good dudes down there. So it looks like everybody in the damn Harley shop knows you. You're giving Harley too much money, bro.
No, man, this ain't the Harley shop, man. This ain't the Harley dealership, but it's a bike shop. It ain't the dealership. The Harley dealerships don't do all the stuff that the other shops do, man. So you can't go to the Harley dealerships when you want, certain type of work done.
This is crazy. I saw this morning by accident. There was this. So you got a lot going on with this. People are still getting into trouble and stuff. So the big folks like your Donald Trump's and the big guys aren't really catching hell from the stuff going on with the election and all the stuff that happened after the election. Like Rudy Giuliani and those guys, they haven't gone to jail for that. But smaller people have. And this one lady, Tina Peters, she was found guilty for, I guess, messing with the she was messing with the votes some kind of way. She did something crazy with the votes. And we're going to skip through this thing a little bit. She got 9 years for that shit. 9 years. 9 years in prison. It's not even like she killed anybody. Like, I bet those officers get less time than she's getting ready to get.
Man, some of these crimes you might as well do murder.
You might as well.
Time than some of these other crimes that be going on and happening.
So you got to hear what the judge says to her. It's ugly because your girl has been defiant. Listen, when you go to the court and you're defiant the whole time, if they find you guilty, you're going to pay for that defiance. So let's see what we can glean here. Well, let me turn the sound on. Okay, you'll be, as you know, you'll be echoing. So keep that in mind. Here we go.
You're a charlatan.
And a Colorado judge with harsh words.
You hear that? He started off with, "You're a charlatan." Crazy.
You are no hero. You abused your position, and you're a charlatan.
And a Colorado judge with harsh words from Mesa County's former county clerk moments before handing down a sentence in her election tampering trial. Tina Peters will spend 9 years behind bars for tampering with Colorado voting machines. Good evening. I'm Michaelia White in for Karen Lee.
And I'm Michael Spencer. Thanks so much for joining us on CBS News Colorado at 6. Peters is the first election official to be charged with a security breach amid false claims regarding the 2020 presidential election. A court convicted Peters for allowing a county security card to be misused to give a man access to the Mesa County election system. Spencer Wilson is your reporter in the mountains, and he was in the courtroom today when that sentence was handed down.
Each side got the chance to try and influence the judge's decision on sentencing, as there were no set parameters for what Tina Peters could face for her guilty charges. But those who spoke in defense of Peters were met with a judge who was quick to fact-check their claims.
Election officials are understandably concerned because the public...
Dr. Frank, you're suggesting that we're here today because of what the Secretary of State did?
Yes.
And not because Ms. Peters took the video in the first place and gave it to someone who then put it on the internet? That's your suggestion? You can go on. I don't need an answer.
The prosecution focused their interviews on the damage, both tangible and intangible, that Peters did not only to Mesa County, but the country too, spreading distrust in a proven, functioning election system.
The only positive outcome of Tina's unlawful actions is one she didn't intend. Her actions awaken the network of individuals, these men and women across the country charged with protecting elections, to the real and present danger of insider threats.
Peters spoke for the first time in court as well, saying she was too weak to go to prison, and probation fit her crimes much better, crimes which she still did not condemn.
You know, I don't know if you've ever seen as clean a past as I have, or present. But I did not do it. I did not do it, Your Honor, to disrespect the court or the law.
The judge gave her 9 years total behind bars, saying she was a privileged person who would do it all over again given the chance. And her denial of her wrongdoings only shows the dangerous precedent she sets.
This thought process, unfortunately, seems to consume so many in our country, regardless of race, gender, political affiliation, or the like, that what it is we hear and think can't possibly be wrong.
To sum it up, he had no mercy.
You abused your position, and you're a charlatan who used and is still using your prior position in office to peddle a snake oil that's been proven to be junk time and time again. In your world, it's all about you.
The judge explained to the defense that they have 21 days to appeal his sentencing, and considering this morning we walked into the courtroom with a couple of appeals already from the defense asking to push sentencing to a later date for Peters, which the judge did deny, which is why we have the sentencing we do. It's very possible there could be an appeal to his sentence, but the judge said before he let everyone go that he is at peace with the punishment he has given Peters. In Grand Junction, Spencer Wilson, covering Colorado First.
Spencer covers what's happening all across our high country, and he'll go wherever the story is. You just saw him reporting in Grand Junction, and recently he's also reported on stories in Olathe, Palisade, Glenwood Springs.
Well, there you go, Spencer. Shit, man. Go on ahead, boy, with your reporting ass. Woo! Man.
hey, man, with those kind of sentences, man, they're setting the example, man. That's what those are. Those are, you know, we're gonna set an example with these high numbers. The lady is already old. I mean, not like age really matters, but 9 years.
And she didn't kill nobody.
Oh man, that's a long time, man.
Boy,
so
oh boy.
One of those things where they're setting a bar and setting an example to say, hey, for anybody that's out there trying to do XYZ, this is the possible charges that you might be facing.
Woo! 9 years. Holy God. They're taking that election interference stuff serious as hell out here. I guess she gave somebody a key card or something and let them let them get into the election facility or something. And I guess they're serious about that. But, you know, a lot of it, too, had to do with her attitude. I remember watching this case, and, like, she was, like, unrepentant. She was just like your boy, the pillow guy. You know, the pillow guy. What's his name? The pillow billionaire guy.
The pillow guy.
Yeah. You don't follow this politics stuff at all, huh? The pillow guy. What's his name? Pillow man. The one who sells like $60 pillows. His pillows cost way too much. I really thought like they were some like badass pillows when he was first doing his commercials. And like he made he became a billionaire off them pillows. And then
I have no knowledge.
oh yeah, and then Mike Liddell, maybe it might be his name, something like that. And he used to do pillow commercials and his pillows in Walmart and every place. And I was like, oh my God, Mike Lindell, there he is. And I was like, oh my God, his pillows must be the bomb. Like he would do these commercials. I guarantee that you'll have a great night of sleep. And so I went to Walmart and I saw his pillows and I was like, oh, I need some new pillows. So I grabbed his pillows and I felt on them because I thought they were going to be, you know how you hype stuff up. I thought I was going to feel a different.
So you grabbed the man's pillows and then you felt on them.
Don't do that.
No, that's what you said. I just want to make sure I heard.
I felt the pillows, my man, not anything other than the pillow. You don't know about them, so.
No, I'm just saying this is what I heard. I heard what you said. I just wanted to.
No, I didn't say
sure
what you
heard. What I heard.
No, you didn't even hear it like that.
I got this man's pillows and I grabbed on this man's pillows.
You know.
That is what you said.
I didn't say that.
I just had because I don't want to miss.
No, you're missing it. You're not only missing it, you're twisting it up.
No, I just.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so you got the guy's pillows.
I'm not going another step with you with this. This can't be cleaned up.
Oh man.
I felt the pillows in this. You know what? What I discovered was that the pillows were not as great as they were. This is not going well. Anyway, the pillow guy, he didn't go to jail for all the stuff he's been doing.
Yeah.
So this woman gets 9 years. Yeah. And you know, now that you mentioned that, here's a story of since we're there, here's a story of a guy who killed a guy and ate his testicles. So we got a lot going on out here in this world right now. Oh my goodness. Did I not tell you about this story? But anyway, she got 9 years. We'll do her story first. We'll finish her story first. She got 9 years. And what I was saying was these other folks that have done so much, like, you know, like Rudy Giuliani ain't got 9 years for all the stuff he's done or has been accused of doing. Why'd they pick this lady and just wear her ass out? Jeez. Anyway.
Oh man, it could have been some inside stuff that she already was on the bad. She was already on the bad side of some people's nerves within the city and the department. And they like, listen, we gonna hammer her, man. We gonna hammer her.
They got her good. Yeah. The next story, since you brought all that up, I read that this morning and I was like, what? This guy killed a guy and ate his testicles. Man who killed Kevin Bacon, ate his testicles, was finally sentenced to life in prison. What message does that send? When you kill a guy, why would you consume his testicles? A Michigan man who acknowledged killing another man and hanging the victim's mutilated body from the ceiling of his home. Oh my God! Not only did he eat his testicles, but he hung him from the ceiling.
That wasn't the guy in Michigan, was it?
Is this Michigan? Yeah, this is Michigan.
Yeah, I seen that story. It happened about maybe a year or two ago.
Wow, what did you know about?
He met a dude. He met a dude online. And he ended up coming and met the guy. He met the guy at his house and all of that other stuff. And next thing you know, he's on the news for killing this dude, like on like some type of weird dating site or some crap like that.
Oh, this is some Jeffrey Dahmer stuff we got going on.
This happened. It happened maybe 30 minutes away from Detroit.
Oh my goodness, you got some stuff going on, man.
Yeah, and then they end up selling the house set for about a year, and then it went up on the market and to be sold. Yeah, I remember that story.
I'm not buying no house somebody was hung from the ceiling with their.
And it was he had some nice property. I mean, land wise, space wise, it was it was nice. I mean, you got to deal with the fact that this is the guy who had a dude hanging in the house. Yeah.
Well, I'd redo that room for sure. Somebody said footloose, no nuts. Yeah, man. I wonder, look at these people. They have our people are just heartless here. I wonder what temperature he cooked the basketballs to. Were they chewy? Oh my gosh! These guys are heartless, man. Oh my goodness, Lavish, are you a youper?
No, and he wasn't a youper. This happened between Detroit and Port Huron. In between those two cities.
Hebetsukai said here in Portugal there's a dish that is bull's testicles, and I've never tried it. I guess he just wanted a gourmet version of it. Listen, we got that same dish here. I've never tried it. Have you had the balls, the cow balls?
No, not at all. not at all, man.
It's a delicacy here too. Anyway, the Michigan man acknowledged killing another man and hanging his mutilated body from the ceiling. A Shawahashi County judge sentenced Mark Latunsky, 53 years old, to life in prison without the possibility of parole on first-degree murder charges of killing 25-year-old Kevin Bacon of Schwartz Creek in December 2019. Latunsky was also sentenced to 11 months to be served concurrently on a charge of disinterment and mutilation of a dead body. That only gets you 11 months? He pleaded guilty to murder in September for killing Bacon, leaving it to Mark Latunsky, Judge Matthew Stewart, to determine if it would be classified as first-degree or second-degree murder. Stewart determined in October that one killing was premeditated first-degree murder and that Latunsky would face life without the possibility of parole. Here are friends and family of the late Kevin Bacon, just 25 years old. They react to the Shawahashi County Courthouse in Corunna, Michigan, Thursday, December 15th, 2022. So anyway, this guy got life. I guess this may have happened a while ago. I saw the story this morning. Family members reported Bacon missing when he didn't show up for breakfast on Christmas Day, 2019. His mutilated body was found 3 days later hanging from the ceiling of Latunsky's home in Bennington Township, about 90 miles northwest of Detroit. Police said Latunsky admitted to killing Bacon, whom he met through the dating app Grindr. What kind of Grindr? Huh. That kind of says, I ain't messing with Grindr. And he said he ate parts of his body. Latunsky was initially found incompetent to stand trial, but the status changed after mental health treatment, and he was ordered to trial. Oh, man. So when you go and you plead incompetent, don't get better. He pleaded guilty before trial could begin. Wow, man. Wow. Look at this. Look at all these stories. Inmate who strangled 11-month-old will get taxpayer-funded gender surgery, judge rules. Wow. Standoff ends with suspect shot, officer on administrative leave, former teacher convicted of sexting a teen, now arrested for rape. Look at this, man. These stories just pop up when I be looking for stuff. We got to cover more of these. Anyway, Grindr. Somebody said grind them testes is what Grindr stood for. Crazy, man, out here in these streets. It's crazy, bro. It's crazy.
Yeah, I know it is. It's some sick people out here.
Oh my goodness. This is why you got to stay strapped up, my man. Strapped up.
On guard, man. Dragon, I
Wow.
got to get out of here, man, because these
Yeah,
spikes
me
are
too.
pulling back up, and it's getting louder and louder. And I keep moving, going from one area to another to avoid a lot of the noise. But you know, they tuning these bikes and all
Oh,
that
is that
other
what
crap.
Grindr is? Is Grindr a gay app? That's what K Black says.
I have no idea. I've never had a reason to, you know, look into it.
I'm going to Grindr site soon as the show's over, says Fred. Be careful. All right, man. My man, it's we're right at an hour, so
Hey,
we need to get out of here. Yeah.
Let me show you something that looks really cool, man.
It's backwards. I like that.
Looks pretty cool right there.
I like that. I'm going to get that on my motorcycle.
Hold on, let me walk away from that noise. You said what?
I'm going to get that on my motorcycle. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I got that, and then also on the bike, because if I'm in traffic or when I pass you by, a lot of people see my tail lights. So I got this back here.
Oh, wow. Man, I tell you what.
Dragon, you remember what I was telling you a couple podcasts
is that
ago?
a sticker? Is that a sticker or is that a paint job? Is that a sticker?
It's a wrap. This is my plate.
Boy, somebody loves them some lavish.
You notice, because I was telling you I don't ride with my plate on the bike. It's in the bike, but it's not on my bike.
Yeah, you did say that. You did say that. Wow.
But yeah, everybody, man, y'all go ahead and have a great weekend, man. I'm down here with this fly bike right here.
That's all right, man. Oh, that's nice. That's a nice looking bike. I'll hate to leave it behind when we're rolling. I hate to leave that bike you spend so much money on.
No, you just buy what you like, and whatever it costs, you just figure it out later.
Listen here, man. You have a good weekend. You guys got anything going on for the weekend or anything?
No, I don't have anything. I don't have anything going on this weekend, man. I might get on my bike and ride down to the Cincinnati area later tonight or in the morning. And I just want to make sure that I got my bike straight and taken care of and everything like that, so I won't have no problems. I hate to be those guys that ride in the pack and somebody's bike done broke down and now you just screwed up my trip because you knew you should have had your bike checked out before you got on the road and all that other crap.
Well, listen here. Tell you what. K Black says she's coming down to Atlanta. Where are you going to be tonight in Atlanta, K Black? Might come out and check you out. Where are you going to be tonight? Let us know.
I might be in Atlanta. I might be in Atlanta the weekend of the 18th. I haven't confirmed it yet, but I might be down there in Atlanta the weekend of the 18th. It's not confirmed yet, but it's a strong possibility.
Hey, Kay says she might be at the Black House tonight, so I might come out to holler. Hey, man, good. I hope to see you down here on the 18th.
Going out nowhere, man. They said that they ain't seen a black dragon sighting in months.
All they got to do is tune on Black Dragon Biker TV. It ain't hard. All right, my man. Oh my goodness! At least I ride where I'm going. Don't play with me out here, man.
I don't know, man. I'm waiting on you to post one of them vlogging videos on the bike, man. Not at the Dragon's Lair on the microphone, man. I'm waiting to see. Hey, I'm at the gas station. Hey, I'm at the TA. I'm at the Pilot.
The TA. You just took it to a whole new level.
Real quick.
You just took it to a whole new level. You didn't say gas station. You said I'm at the TA, at the Pilot. You put me out on the highway.
Yes.
So the quick trip won't cut it, huh?
No, man. I'm on a highway. Go past one of them state signs, something real quick.
Oh my goodness. I might have to do that just to show you I ain't playing out here still.
I mean, come on, man. Get some of that dust off. Get them cobwebs and dust off them motorcycles you got sitting back there, man.
Oh, don't do that to me. Don't. I'm not letting you in my studio no more. That's it. No more
I'm out
drugs.
here, man. I'm out here on my bike, man, getting it all ready for the weekend, man.
I see how pretty it is. It's pretty. All right, my man.
Y'all, man. Y'all take care, man. I'm out, man.
All right, man. Y'all don't believe him. Y'all don't believe that stuff he's saying. Y'all know I get out here on these tubes. Hey, this would be a good time for me to segue into BlackDragonsGear.com. Make sure to get to BlackDragonsGear.com for all of our Black Dragon apparel and gear and stuff like that. BlackDragonsGear.com. The President's Bible, Chronicle 1, Principles of Motorcycle Club Leadership. The President's Bible, Chronicle 2, Betrayal in the Brotherhood. The Social Club's Bible, Public Relations Officer's Bible, Prospects Bible for Women's Motorcycle Clubs, the Sergeant at Arms Bible, and the Prospects Bible are all here at BlackDragonsGear.com, as well as our t-shirts. Support the show, man. Support the show. We could absolutely use your contributions, and also buying our gear helps the show. We really appreciate it. Right now, hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Like, share, and subscribe button, if you will. We would absolutely appreciate it if you hit it right now. I'm Black Dragon. That's my 2 cents. Love to hear your 2 cents in the comment section below. Thanks for tuning in, and get skinny. Prepare yourself to take the helm as president of your mighty motorcycle club by delving into the pages of Black Dragon's newest book, The President's Bible, Chronicle 1, Principles of Motorcycle Club Leadership. There you will learn to advance your skills in applying the 14 scientific principles of leadership similar to those taught to officers in the United States Naval Service. Available in hardcover, paperback, and ebook. Get yours today on Amazon, Kindle, or order it at your local bookstore. Order your autographed copy from BlackDragonsGear.com. Be the best motorcycle club president you can be. Get the book.
If you are seeking clarity about issues stemming from problems or crises occurring within your motorcycle club, then set up a consultation with Black Dragon. Black Dragon has over 30 years of experience in the motorcycle club world, having served as a national president of the 50-year-old Black Sabbath MC Nation for nearly 10 years. Black Dragon is a veteran negotiator, skilled in crisis management, conflict resolution, inter-club issues, press conferences, and club reputation management. You can set up an appointment to speak with him by phone at clarity.fm/black-dragon. Get the clarity you deserve to help make your MC the best place it can possibly be. Get Black Dragon's first book, The Prospects Bible, to learn how to join a motorcycle club. It has been an Amazon #1 bestseller for the past 7 years and is required reading for over 3,000 motorcycle clubs worldwide. This book is a must-have for new people venturing onto the motorcycle club set. It will teach you how to prepare yourself for service to the motorcycle club nation and show you how to qualify a motorcycle club to be worthy of your service. Available on Amazon, Kindle, and for order at your local bookstore. Get your autographed copy at BlackDragonsGear.com. Be the best motorcycle club prospect you can be. Get the book.
It's definitely a big issue for you too. But I'm going to talk about the 99s for a minute. What's up, Mama Roll? I'm going to talk about the 99s for a minute and what our responsibilities are and what we need to think about. Because if you don't really know what's going on the set, you can find yourself in kind of a precarious predicament if you make the wrong kind of moves or do the wrong kind of things when this kind of stuff goes on. So when most guys get into a war with one another, what should 99%ers do? Here's 10 things you should know. Thing number 1, stay in your lane. Find a corner and put your motorcycle club in it. If you're a president, you want to find a corner and put your motorcycle club in it. What I mean is, the set can be volatile. It can be very dangerous. And when you have that kind of thing going on, this set's not safe. So as a 99% motorcycle club, What you want to find is yourself in your business, in your lane, while all of the fancy stuff gets handled on other levels.
Yeah, you heard that, didn't you? On other levels. Tried to tell you suckers, Black Dragon is the man. The Black Dragon is the man. A real OG. Bonafide, certified, a true MC. The Biker Boys. The Biker Boys. It's in the house, so most definitely blow the whistle for Black Dragon, Biker TV. That's right, I said Biker TV. See, one day, young Dragon made his way out the Navy to become a prospect. Some people thought he was crazy, but 5 years later, hard work became a habit. He became the president of the mighty Black Savage Nation. MCs, y'all, respectfully. Black Dragon. Black Savage. MC. That's right, y'all. Give it a thumbs up. Black Dragon's Biker TV at its best. Oh yeah, and don't forget to get his prospect Bible book. So proud of him. Man, he just don't know. He's a real legend. And y'all know it, and I know it. That's right, Black Dragon. That's right. Glad I met you, my friend. Black Dragon. I'm the Midnight Ghost Rider. The V, y'all. Love you, Black Dragon. Peace. And get skinny.